What's up, Saskatoon? Man, it's awesome to be here. Now, Matt, I actually had a few more questions for you about the judging there. I just wanted to...
All right.
Well, I wanted to actually just bring up the fact that at the other cups I've been to, it always seems like by the time the judging comes around, everybody's just got so high that they don't really pay much attention to it. And
exactly.
It really does fall off. And, you know, there's a lot of time... We're always...
That's really true.
It's true, yeah. We're always together smoking pot. I mean, we always hang out together and smoke a lot of pot. But we did actually come out for a real mission.
We came out for a mission.
Now, and Matt, did you go over... On this one, I just want to reiterate that the actual numbers that you select when you look at your list and you're selecting down each one and giving each one a rating, that doesn't necessarily mean that's very
I said
important.
this is your notes.
Right. That's
but you got to make
notes.
notes, people. You got to make notes. Trust me, as a marijuana reviewer, you got to make notes.
If you want to add the numbers up and see which ones you get, that's fine too. But it's your decision. It's
right. Did we give the people golf pens? Pencils,
we
maybe?
need those little golf pencils.
Golf pencils.
I noticed Jeff supplied
we gave them pens?
one of the greatest forms.
They got
this year.
pens, Jared. They got pens.
Got pens.
I'm telling you, every mistake made in every other cup.
He Jet's covered. He wants this done this way.
That's right. Well,
we want you guys to vote.
He knows what he wants.
Because, as Jared said, every competition we go to ends in shit.
It's true. Nobody.
I was at one of the Tokers balls, and there was a stack like this of papers on the table, like 250 judges' packs. And at the end, I went over and I started going through them. And I kid you not, out of 20 some odd strains, there was pages that had like 1 or 2 selections, and that was it. Like blank pages.
Right.
So, yeah, and then others were filled out in great detail with comments, and they broke their vote down into like points something, 0.62 of a vote. And
well, now here's the thing. I have to admit that even on Pot TV, when we go to cover these things, we get too high, and our actual voting is really shabby by the end.
Fuck off. Never.
Well, not too. Let me take that back. Let me take that back. Too high to actually function on our forums, to actually do the job we're supposed to do.
by Sunday I'm exhausted.
It's not too high for me. It's just too high for the task.
You guys are lightweights.
This time I think
Jesus.
that... No. But this time we just have to pay attention. Because what happens is, if you don't have focus, you're just going to lose it. So,
right.
Yes. I wanted to actually bring Jeff over here, but Matt, if you're still here...
We'll go over it but you are 100% correct. Yeah. And judging strains is important. And we're going to take it very serious this time out. And we're going to button it down. And we're going to make it happen.
Matt is the judging whip.
I'm the whip.
Matt is going to whip the judging into shape here, so you better watch out for the guy in the cape.
I'm hearing some feedback on the microphones there, sound guy. I don't know, Matt, are you too close to them? Come sit down or something.
No, I'm good. Okay. I'm right here. We got the CBC. CBC just arrived with their camera. So we might have to make it look like an 80s rock concert in here quicker than we thought.
All right, let's fill up that bag again here.
Going.
Pass that over, I'll fix it.
Right.
So, Matt, one of the reasons that I think this strain, you and I talked about this before, judging strains is an important part of the activism side of it. It's not just fun and games, because this is actually, we're dealing with all of these new companies that are now coming in. We're going to talk about this on the show.
The show's going.
How the medical program in Canada is actually changing. We used to have the MMAR, now we're going to have the MMPR.
First we had Exemption 56.
Well, it goes back a long way, but I mean, we just had, that's right, Mixed Exemption 56. Original. So, but as part of the new system, as probably everybody here already knows, April 1st, 2014, there's no more personal cultivation, no more home growing at all in this country. Ooh, shame. That's right. And in... Yeah, these guys are crooks. And unfortunately now, I mean, it depends on how you look at it, but it's just going to be commercial producers. That's really bad for people who are growing at their homes because it's going to cost a lot more. And as we've seen historically, at least from the only person yet to be issued a license from Health Canada, Prairie Plant Systems, they don't have a very good track record with their pot. It's shabby, it's brown, it's gross. You guys saw a picture of it. How many medical users here have actually had Prairie Plant System stuff? Anybody out there? Yeah, and what do you guys think of it? It's shit or what?
It's gross.
Is there anybody who likes it? Has you guys seen anything good at all?
No.
I haven't seen it myself. So, but I just did right before the show. I just got an email with a letter from Mr. Brent. How do you pronounce his last name? Zittel.
Zettel.
He sent me a personal letter. in response to an article that I wrote for Cannabis Culture magazine just a few days ago that called his company out on all their nastiness of the past and brought up some documentation from Canadians for Safe Access and some studies they did that showed that Prairie Plant Systems pot is full of biological impurities. It's full of heavy metals where it was grown in a mine in Flin Flon, Manitoba. They irradiate it, they shoot it with gamma radiation, which actually changes the DNA of the plant or the fundamental sort of makeup of the plant, and it's never actually been tested on anybody before when you smoke that stuff. They do that to spices and foods you consume, but that's never actually been done on people who smoke the product, and they don't have any studies on it anyway, so they were kind of guinea pigging that on everybody. And that's still going to happen, so look for Brent's letter on cannabis culture in response to my article that you can find on the front page of Cannabis Culture.
That's excellent.
One of the things that came out of the gamma irradiation that they did originally, and this was in the Canadians for Safe Access testing that was done, was they found something called aflatoxins. And aflatoxins are even smaller, more microscopic things than like mold spores. They're much smaller than that. And they were really concerned because once they pointed these things out, the Prairie Plant Systems as well as Health Canada went after the Canadians for Safe Access and had a court order to remove that study and silence it. Although it was already released, I have copies of it at home on hard drives.
Yeah.
And so there's obviously, when they take those lengths to set the legal team in motion to stop something that's just bringing out what everybody should know, you better be worried about it.
Yeah, that's true. And so Matt right now, actually also a writer for Cannabis Culture magazine, has an article on CC about how to actually go about acquiring your products in the new system. Because, there's a lot of people who are out there who are totally boycotting the new system, but it's kind of the philosophy of a few of us here that if there's a chance of us moving this forward and if they really are opening it up, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know where I fall on the whole boycott thing. I think it's a terrible system the way it is, and I'm totally supportive of the people who are doing the boycott, 100%.
People should have been boycotting it since Section 56 days.
That's right.
That's what they should have been doing.
We kind of still have an obligation to report on the new system, how it works,
That's right.
and to show medical marijuana users who do want to take part in it how that functions. So, Matt, maybe tell people a little bit about your article and what's going on there.
Right. Well, I was given an opportunity to essentially give the new system a test drive. It got launched, and given my court access, I had to get into the government program, either the MMAR or the MMPR. I had a choice.
Yeah.
So given that, the new program was there, I thought, well, why don't we give the new program at least a run? We need a grinder on the stage.
Grinder, please somebody send a grinder to the stage.
So I was given an opportunity to give this program a test run, Jer, and it's like getting behind the wheel of a brand new, not even out there sports car, and we gave it a spin. First off is access, and the new program, you only need one doctor, and there's no illness requirement. So that's the first thing we explain on this Cannabis Culture, how to obtain access. In the new program, there's no illness requirement nor multiple doctors. You only need one doctor, no illness.
So it's recreational.
Well, if you can get a doctor to say you need whatever grams per day, and that's the catch. If your doctor says, it's not, they don't say the illness. You don't even have to say the illness. All your doctor has to say is, I recommend, or so-and-so intends... Hold on a second, I had to think. So-and-so intends to use 7 grams daily, or 5 grams daily.
Yes.
For X period of time, that can't exceed a year. So you can say, Mr. Mernagh intends to use 5 grams daily, or 10 grams daily, for a year. So we learned all that.
It's a one-page form. It's not some multiple-page document
And in fact, that form is a sample. If you look at the form, it says sample on it. You don't even need to use the Health Canada form, and it's a one-page form. But your doctor's letterhead, generally speaking, because I don't want to say for everybody and have someone email me, but generally speaking, everything on your family doctor or your specialist letterhead is on that form. The form is basically business information that your doctor already has access to. It's common business information.
Yeah.
And people have confused that and said, no, it's not. I said, yeah, it's common. I compared it, my doctor's letterhead, to this prescription I had, because I got them on the same day. Exact same information for business. So that's what you're looking at needing to get.
And right now, there's actually, the media and other people are reporting 171 people who have applied for the new system. So, and we've seen that only Prairie Plant Systems has actually been given those licenses so far.
Yeah. License to produce.
License to produce. To produce, that is, yeah. And well, Medijan, there's another company called Medijan, and this company has supposedly been given a license, an R&D license, a research and development license. It's not a full license yet, but that's only been reported on by Medijan themselves. I haven't been able to actually confirm that with anybody yet with Health Canada. So, and actually, I haven't really seen any media reporting of that yet either.
Nope.
No, and that's right, other than me. And now, we just were reading, Matt and I saw an article this morning in the Globe and Mail that brought up another company who's hopeful. We also have...
Well, there's 171 of them.
Right. We have Tweed Inc., who's also gone to the press. This company has plans to open a massive factory, cannabis factory.
In the Hershey
cannabis laboratory, as the guy said in the movie.
lab. Oh, cannabis lab.
And that's in a Hershey factory, a former Hershey chocolate factory. So... and where is that? Where's the Hershey factory? I keep forgetting the name of the town.
It's, I thought it was originally...
in Ontario, but Smith Falls, that's where it is, in Smith
There
Falls, that's right.
Thank you. Thanks very
Thank
much
you.
out there. Somebody's on the ball.
Yeah, hard to we just see blackness at this point.
That's good.
So, yeah.
So that's the access part covered.
That's right. So when people actually send these forms away as it sits now, there's really nobody licensed to do it. There's all these people who have applied, but nobody's actually received the license except for Prairie Plant and Canamed, which are the same company.
So we checked out Canamed. I checked them out because, as I said, I wanted to take the new system for a test run.
Yeah.
So we sent it for a test run, got the new medical document, right? Couldn't get it under the old system, got it under the new system. And then just had to wait for an announcement of who was going to retail this marijuana. And I knew there was going to be a lot of people applying. So the opportunity I was hoping for, to buy from, day one, maybe a bunch. But instead, what ends up happening is on day one, Health Canada announces Canamed as their first retailer of medical marijuana. It looks like an online compassion club if you go to their website. I mean, they got... they got a bud photo and all that. So what we did is, I had the medical document, I could access this new program, I could buy from them. So I called them up, I called Canamed up, and I was like, yeah, I would like to buy marijuana from you. And they were like, yeah. I said, I had the medical document. When can I sign up to you? Like, when can you start retailing this marijuana to me? Like, I have the document. Day one. They're like,
You've got the papers.
10 a.m., day one, 10 a.m., after their big press release and all that.
Where do I get my pod?
Where do I get my med pod? We got a customer at the door. There's a customer at the door. And I know this document counts because I had it run by my legal counsel and the Public Prosecutor Canada, right? And the guy's like, well... do you have the medical document? I'm like, yeah, for sure. I got the medical document. I want to sign up with you. When can you retail it to me? Like, how soon? And he's like, we're not prepared to accept people until maybe late fall. Late fall, right? Pretty great journalist. And I thought to myself, I'm like, well, when exactly do you mean this late fall? What do you mean? And he says, well, maybe sometime in October, late October, up till December. Mid-December, late fall, late October, mid-December to get that medical marijuana. But you're open now. I want the marijuana now.
It might be prudent to put that on your website then, perhaps.
Not for sale.
Yeah. Here's what we might be offering in the late fall, as long as the crops come in.
There you go, right? Yeah, we might be operating at the crops are in. And so that is what I'm concerned with. right at the moment. As of October 1st, Health Canada phased out the application process for the MMAR. They phased out most of it. And if you opt to join the MMPR today, if you were to opt to follow and do what I did, if you were to opt to join that, you would not have access to medical marijuana.
You'd be behind you in the lineup.
They'd be behind me in a line.
Yeah. You're first.
Yep. So that's where we're at with Can I Med. And I was actually, when I heard the announcement, I was like, crap, I think I can get it here. I was really hoping to bring it back to Saskatoon, and if it was as terrible as they said, fuck, we'd make a special trip to like Prairie Plant Systems just to huck it through their window.
Right. That's
If,
the other
if
thing.
I
is-
burn my MMAR, can I be behind you in line too?
Hey, if you join up, you can be number 2.
All right, there you go.
And we are here on the prairies. Prairie Plant Systems is in
Saskatoon
somewhere in
here?
Saskatchewan. I'm not sure if they're in. Are they in Saskatoon?
Or they used to be.
Yeah, I know they're
No.
in Saskatchewan, but or it's a Saskatchewan company. So one way or another,
All
they're
right.
somewhere around here on the prairies. It's in the name.
What
So
else you got?
I don't know. I see Jeff out there because it's so. There's Jeff.
He's going to sit here, and I'm going to go like
Jeff,
get
yeah, I want
high.
you to come up and sit right next to
I
me
hope
here.
the dab bar is open.
Yeah, I think
Redbeard, is the dab bar open? Just wave. I'm
Dab
going to go
bar's
there.
open.
Jeff's going to sit here. Make sure, guys, that if you're new, I see some people have just arrived. Your judge's form is very important. We want you to use it, make it for notes, and Sunday submit it to us, okay? Right. Make sure you it's just for notes, your numberings and stuff, but we're going to explain it all weekend. And let's bring out Jeff while
Matt's the judge's whip. So
That's right, exactly. We'll keep harassing until it's done. Jeff Lundstrom, founder,
Yo, Big Jeff,
organizer.
here he is.
the Prairie Medicinal
Jeff.
Harvest Cup.
What's up?
What's up, my man? Give me one of these, brother.
Hold on, brother.
What do you got in your hand there, Jeff?
I got some infused. I made these. I stayed up late making these.
Oh,
So people can...
on top of all the other things you were doing for the past couple of days, you stayed up baking.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I bake late with the Sarahs and the wife.
Excellent.
And my back and my knees hurting a little bit, so I'm going to eat some so I can medicate.
Fantastic.
Are we
man.
Pot TV in it?
We're Pot TV in it. You can
We
see
are
us.
What's
Pot
up, Pot
TV.
TV land?
Yeah.
How many people we got online?
I can't see from
can't
here,
see
but
from here?
no,
Well,
they're
hopefully at least
chatters.
two of
I'm
them.
sure chatting away about it, and hopefully it sounds good and stuff. The sound is great in here, so and it did look okay over there. But we should probably send somebody over to look at that. There's Matt.
If you're
on
going to
the
be eating that,
boards.
I got treats here from the Waken Bakery, and
Matt's giving us the thumbs up there.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
so I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat popcorn.
I don't think it's as smoky as an 80s rock concert here, though.
No,
so
I
what do you
agree.
think, Matt? You know, motivate those people out there.
That's right.
Jay
So
Jeremy.
Now there's
popcorn.
actually there's no smoking inside.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can't smoke
popcorn.
inside the venue. You can vaporize, or you can do concentrate dabs on the rigs, which is just like vaping, or you can vape a pen or a launch box, or you can go out back and smoke a fatty or a bowl. I haven't made it that far yet.
Or
I haven't
bong
made it
rip.
out there either. I haven't even seen
No.
the back end yet.
Bong ripping out back.
Maybe when the hip hop is on tonight, we'll
Get the
Yeah.
bong
crazy and
along.
smoke fatties. I'm gonna need a fatty if I'm gonna listen to hip hop music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Yellow Sky is in the house.
Nice.
He's gonna be performing tonight.
I was going to ask you about
That's
some of the
right.
performers.
Gabe
and-
Liz and Sonic are gonna headline.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, weren't
Gabe
you?
Liz.
You guys were in a video recently or something.
We-
Yeah,
were last
they did
year.
a video. They shot a video here, a rap video last year at the Cup. So that was pretty exciting. And then it took a while to come out, but we're actually going to show it on Sunday. We're going to show the video. It's part of my closing ceremonies. So everybody's actually going to see the video, see what they put together. It was actually quite fun.
It is. Yeah, I just watched it a couple days ago. It's
Yeah,
pretty-
it's great. It's on
pretty
YouTube. Come smoke with us. I think
Yeah.
that's the right one. Sonic, Gabe Liz, where are you guys at? Am I saying it all right? They're around somewhere.
Yeah.
It's good
So,
stuff.
Jeff-
You'll get to hear it. I'm sure they'll perform it too.
Yeah,
tonight.
excellent. And there's also a list of speakers as well.
Yeah,
right?
we haven't really worked on the list. Oh, my
I
mic
can
is
see.
falling on me. So we haven't quite put the full list together. Paul Dr. Paul Hornby is supposed to be here. He's supposed to be talking about the scientific things again, giving people the research and what they're up to with that.
Lisa Mamakind Kirkman.
Yeah, that's right. Mamakind is here. She's going to be
Yeehaw.
talking.
I saw
Tamara
her.
Cartwright is going to be here. Redbeard wants to talk about how he's the world's greatest glass blower.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have Redbeard on the show, actually, in just a
Redbeard?
few.
Oh, that's perfect.
He's coming up.
We're gonna be firing up the torch a bit later too. You guys want to see some glass blowing demos?
Oh, yeah.
Exciting stuff, right?
Definitely.
So,
you didn't actually have the glass blowing here last year.
We didn't get the glass blowing set together. Our first year, Gary from Cammore, he was coming down.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to. He didn't make it the second year because he's kind of moving around. So we just didn't have anybody to come actually stoke up some glass.
And we got Redbeard.
But then we got Redbeard in the house. We also have Ryan from Shine Glasswork, and he actually did all of the 9 cups that are being awarded on Sunday.
Nice.
He did. He blew those pieces. They're unbelievable. We don't have him because he's been driving in from Winnipeg. I keep missing his phone call, so I'm assuming he's probably trying to get settled and get over here so we can display the cups. Although we have some great prize packs this year. So all those green baskets you see on the tables, those are for all the growers. So the judges that decide who wins the Prairie Cups this year, the award ceremony.
Can I show one off to the camera?
For sure you can. Each grower will get a prize pack that's full of tons of stuff from all our sponsors. So
That's nice stuff.
yeah, like everybody, all our sponsors on the banner, you guys, there's so many of them to read out. Our wholesale people send us all kinds of gifts and packs. It's all literature and grow videos, and there's a whole nutrient pack from Jake's Nutrients that they were gracious enough to give to all of the growers. So, that's truly what it's about. 15 strains, 11 of those Saskatchewan growing. That's...
Oh, it's 15 now. We got
15,
another one as of last night.
We had a surprise when we actually had to scrap. We printed all the judges' forms and had a surprise entry and added that to make 15 entries, the most we've ever had for the Prairie Cup. I'm very proud of
Right
that.
on.
So,
That's excellent.
And 11
Well
of
done.
those growing right here in Saskatchewan. So that's
Very cool.
it's amazing what can happen when you put that farming and that quality of agriculture to work in ganja.
Yeah.
And then the people that can grow this medicine, they're unbelievable. Like I said, I always refer back to Tim and Help Sask Grow, and the stuff that they do is amazing. Like they're working with tons of different strains. Tim won my cup
Tim
last
won
year.
last year,
Yeah,
two-
first and
twice.
second place. So obviously that speaks fairly loud and
Hats
proud
off
of
to
Sas-
Schlinsky.
of
I know you're out there somewhere.
Saskatchewan strains and Saskatchewan growers. So to have 11 entries from Saskatchewan this year, we're very proud of that. So, that's what it's all about. We'll have the cups up for display, so everybody out in Pot TV world can check it out, over the weekend.
We'll have live programming through the weekend. We'll be showing all kinds of stuff off. We'll be talking to people in the crowd. We'll be talking to people at the booths. We'll be watching the live speakers and the music and stuff, so people at home can be watching as well if you can't make it here to Saskatoon.
Well, having that presence just means that people are going to get hyped and want to come next year. I can't believe how many people came down from Vancouver. We had some online sales from people who were coming down from Vancouver to be part of this. So
Excellent.
That's amazing. Everybody, no matter where you guys travel from, it's amazing that everybody comes out and supports.
Yeah.
Like I said, thank you so much.
The thing is, this is kind of a unique thing because there's really only a few of these cannabis cups that actually happen in Canada.
Well-
And, and of course, this is your 3rd annual. Now, next year, of course, because of the new system, things may change. And, of course, there's a definite added risk to the whole thing.
It's been big talk this week. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but I've been talking about it and saying I'm going to keep growing.
Well, I was going to ask you, are you planning on having a 4th annual Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup?
We do officially have dates for next year, so...
And do you feel that you'll still get like 15 or so or more entries?
I don't see why not.
Right.
I'm hopeful. That's what I've said the whole time. The changes to the program are what they think is a necessity to make, things be, different, what they think it should be, adapt to what they see how it is. And we all know better. We all know that we grow the best medicine, not commercial operations that are going to cost way more money than they
We're
need to.
ganja farmers.
Right? So we know what we're doing already. We knew what we were doing before they came along with the legal program. We're going to know what we're doing after the legal program's gone. You know, we're still going to have our licenses to possess. So I want to see how they expect not to plug up our court systems by arresting people who grow small amounts of cannabis who are legal to possess. You know, a judge is going to say that's ridiculous. At least I would hope they would say that's ridiculous to allow somebody the license to possess it but say you can't grow it yourself. I mean, I personally don't agree that Health Canada can make the proper decision about who should be growing for us because they pick prairie plant systems and their weeds garbage.
Right.
So,
no, exactly. This is a company that's been doing it for 13 years.
You
and it's
think
had
you
bad
get
results.
it right after 13 years. Don't worry, people. They got 250 quality assurance
Right.
tests.
Oh, yeah, 281 point inspection.
Except, like Tim said, the one that counts.
Exactly.
Yeah, all us growers test our stuff after we're done getting
man.
high.
Couldn't be better
Or
said
after
than
we're
that.
done growing.
And I know they're obsessed
you
with
imagine?
this idea of these checkpoints for the new system, and they're obsessed with all of this consistency. They want total consistency with all the pot they grow, which is a little unnatural in ways. I mean, how do you keep the product completely consistent when it comes to THC testing?
I don't want to buy pot off anybody who doesn't smoke their own stuff.
I agree.
No kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Well, yeah, so I mean, of course, because there's these commercial growers and they are opening it up, this Medicinal, you know, there's a lot of people, potentially, they're saying there's no caps on who can grow commercially. So, I mean,
There's
it's
no
possible,
cap on
it's
the
possible a lot of our friends might go legit.
Maybe, but there's no cap on the price either. So they're saying
Exactly.
they started pumping it as an open, free marketplace for this, like, and they're projecting numbers.
Yeah.
They're saying there's going to be 450,000 of us on the program by 2024.
They're saying
So they're saying-
$1.3 billion in revenue.
So there's
Only
so
if they
that,
cover it by insurance.
So if that is the case, then there's going to be 500,000 of us on the medicinal program that are licensed to possess that marketplace. They're saying, oh, we'll see what the marketplace can bear for price.
Oh yeah, and with that many people, no marijuana is going to find its way to the black market. Yeah, right.
Well, the black market will always exist because you have a group of people that still smoke with no license.
The point I'm getting at is, though, people will turn around, they'll get this pot from these licensed growers, turn around and sell that so they can go out and buy good pot from a guy they know down the block.
Maybe.
Well, yeah.
It's happened before with other drugs. Sure. It happens with methadone, people selling that to go buy heroin. I mean, it just happens.
Right.
So any of these so-called programs are going to be wide open for abuses. It's just the way things are. The only way you're ever going to get around that is when they open it up. Like, for instance, if a politician comes out and says, we're going to legalize pot, and literally pot, nobody will ever pay more than $2 a gram for any pot. Maybe $3 if it's just the best in the world. But when anybody who wants to can grow it, that's when we're free. Until then, it's just a pipe dream.
Yep. Jeff, I wanted to, again, sort of go through what's happening this weekend here at the Odeon Center, what the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup really is, and just to go over, you mentioned it in the video, and we talked a little bit about what's here, but it'd be good to just outline exactly what's available here for people. So we got the dinner thing happening, we got speakers and live music, dab bar. What are some of the other things here?
We're planning on stoking up some hash and sifting demos, possibly some glass blowing demos. You know, we're looking to have fun. You know, we're looking to vape out and rock out. I mean, what more could you really ask for?
And
celebrate my retirement.
That's right.
And celebrate
Elvis's retirement.
That's right. Now
He's going out on a big bang in Saskatchewan.
Now the actual timing of the whole thing, tomorrow, when do people show up and what time does it end?
Yeah, it's the same time tomorrow, so 3:30 we want to pack the house. I like it to be close to 4:20 when we start smoking, right? And we kind of go late, you know, and tomorrow is our rock night, so I expect tomorrow night to really be hopping in here. So, you know, people are going to be well medicated by then, that's for sure. And yeah, tomorrow we're going to have some, like I said, hopefully Dr. Paul is going to be in the house, and some more guest speakers and some of the demos going on tomorrow, and hanging out and eating edibles and getting stoned. And we're going to feed you both days. And
then Sunday, what happens on Sunday?
Sunday is, wow, and this just sort of all came about this week. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a movie called Still Trippin'. The Trans-Canada Highway, which a good friend of ours, Greg from GS Joe Films, and some other friends of ours,
Is
Jack
that
and
finished? Is that
Neil.
out?
Neil Magnuson?
That is done, and we are showing it. It is the first public viewing of the movie since it's been finished. So we're really excited to be premiering the event for the Still Trippin' video.
I have the first one, so you guys, if it's as good as the first one, you're in for a treat.
We sell the first video. At my store at Skunk Funk. So if you guys want to see the Trippin', it's called Trippin', the BC Bud Chronicles.
Yeah.
So the second is the Still Trippin', the Trans Canada, the Highway. That's so right. I don't know. I saw a guy saying what time. I'm not sure what time tomorrow. Probably about mid-afternoon, 1:30, 2 o'clock-ish. We want to make sure because we're going to do the award ceremony wrap up. The movie's about an hour and a half. And I want to do the award ceremonies right around 4:20 tomorrow or on Sunday. So we'll be presenting the cups and celebrating the winners. And then at 6:30 we're going to wrap it up, and everybody's going to go home, at least until next year.
That's right.
No, they don't have to go home. They just can't stay here.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I'm excited, and I just wanted to say a personal thank you for everything you did for Pot TV and for us. Like bringing me out here and everything, man. This is fantastic. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff.
We're super honored to be asked to host the event, and we just hope we do it justice, my friend.
You guys do justice everywhere you go in Canada. That's why I wanted you to come to the prairies and see how we rock it down. I mean, it might not be the biggest cup, but it's definitely one of the best, and I'm very, very proud of that. And thank you to you guys. I mean, I just want to have fun and rock out and celebrate cannabis. I believe in full legalization. I don't even want to front about this medicinal program. I always call it the wall of pink papers. I don't give a shit. We should all just be free. There should be free medicine, man. Even if you use the drug recreational, I tell people this all the time, you're still getting medicinal properties from the plant. It's full of it. So even if you're just getting high, you're still medicated. In my books, you're just as much of a medicinal patient as I am with a piece of paper. It took me until 2011 to even get a piece of paper. I mean, there's a reason people have been using cannabis for years as a medicine.
Yeah.
Let's just end this bullshit drug war. And the police obviously, and I never thought this had happened since Saskatoon, they don't care. We're getting smoked out. We're having fun. I mean, 420, Cannabis Day, if you guys have never been to Vancouver for that is a sight to see.
420.
It's only a 2-hour flight and one day of the year.
That's what I want to hear.
420, they pack.
420, said it again.
They pack like 20,000 people in downtown Vancouver, and they smoke it out, and it's one of the greatest.
When is that, Jeff?
Downtown Vancouver. Now the really cool thing about the Vancouver events, it's the only place in the world that actually does this.
I know.
We have open sales of marijuana to everybody.
It's like an open marketplace.
And we literally have over 100 kiosks selling marijuana to anybody. And we have the Vancouver Police Department shutting the streets down for us. They come there at 6 in the morning with me to help shut down the streets.
That's right.
And they actually, we have photos of them walking by the kiosk with their thumbs up, with big smiles on their face, standing right in front of big things of pot, smiling and everything.
Oh,
yeah. So
it's good, it's such a liberal place
we need to export that to other places in Canada if possible.
We do.
I kept telling people when I
get those weed dealer tents up at other cities, and I'm not talking just 420. We all do it at Cannabis Day, July 1st, Canada Day. We do the same thing.
I like
all
the Cannabis
over
Day.
again.
It's a little more intimate.
Yeah,
it's
we
not
do
as
it at
many
all our
people.
events, and the way we were able to do this. Now, if there's any activists out there listening that want to model these behaviors and actually export these to your town, what you do is when you have a big group of people there and you're smoking pot, if anybody gets arrested, everybody who's in the group hug that person. Everybody who's there,
hug them all.
Hug them, because the police cannot arrest a big group of people who are hugging. If you have 50 people hugging in a big group, it's impossible to separate them without using some sort of violence.
Some sort of force.
Never hug the police,
make sure
ever.
Make sure you have somebody videotaping.
Get the videotapes going. And also in Vancouver, they've done things like surround the paddy wagon with people and hold hands and sit down so there's nothing they can do, or just get a big group so their paddy wagons can't get out of there with people. And this was pioneered in Vancouver by activist David Malmo Levine, who really pushed this a lot. David, I wish you could be here. That's right. But hug power. There's a lot of power in a hug.
We have video of some of the cannabis culture activists and other people you might have seen on Pot TV. And although they couldn't be here throughout the event, we will be showing video clips of those people saying greeting to you guys, and
Yeah,
so,
all of our
you'll-
friends from Vancouver who couldn't be here today.
So you'll
they
see David
have
later
videos.
on at some point on the screen, on the big screen. Well, that'll start tomorrow.
Now, I also, Jeff, after we're through our little conversation here, I wanted to bring Redbeard up. So
Redbeard?
I see Redbeard's out there
Patrick.
doing stuff, grinding something.
He's got a
Eventually,
huge vape bag
Redbeard,
going
you
with
should,
Buddy, too.
you should soon make your
Oh,
way
that's
over
Matt
to the
Mernagh.
stage.
Never mind.
Oh, it is Maddie there.
Oh, he's conferencing
Just
with
call
the
him a
cannabis
buddy. Just call
champion
him
of the
buddy. It's Matt
universe.
right out. I didn't
Yeah,
see your
Matt's got
tape.
quite the vapor bag there. That thing's huge.
He's talking to a guy in a cape.
Yes, it's true. I really do.
Oh,
Who
I
is
know who that is.
Marijuana Man?
That's the judge's whip, and he's probably over there whipping some people into shape who weren't taking this form seriously. I know Matt, what he's like when it comes to these things.
I just want to take a second to say what's up to Greg Williams, Marijuana Man, Jody Emery, Dana Larson, everybody, Pot TV, everybody in the house, Rebecca, Cookie, Vancouver Seed Bank, Melmo, Al the Alchemist, who said he would be here. I'm going to bust his ass a little bit.
did he? Oh,
He
he
still
did.
might show up. He might surprise us and
He
show
may
up on
still
one.
show up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
I'm gonna
I
harass him.
retract.
We can't
weekend's not over.
discount Al
Like,
the
I was-
Alchemist just yet.
I was
Right.
gonna bust his balls before he's not. Oh, okay, sorry, Al. I love you, brother. No,
And
I just hey to everybody who can't be here,
Right. Well, and
who's
Jody,
gonna
Jody
come?
and Mark.
There goes
Nice
a
bong.
giant bong. Are you going,
There. Oh,
going
Mama
outside
Kind.
to hit the bong?
Mama
Anybody
Kind.
want a bong
Oh.
rip? Mamakind's got bong
Going
rips
outside, you can
I
bong
want one of
along.
those.
Bong
slut.
slut. Serving it up outside.
Mama Kind, can you
Bong
will you
slut
come up and show your
outside,
bong off
check
to the
it
camera
out.
just for a second?
Please.
I feel usually I have my bong,
Just show your
Duchess
bong,
with me,
only
a
your
big bong on the show. She couldn't
Little
be here
hard to
today.
transport
so
on
Mama
the
Kind,
plane.
what's the name
Hey,
of your bong,
Mama
Kind?
Kind.
Does it have a name? We're getting some
big
feedback.
bitch. Much like myself. No, she's just the big ass bong. I won this at the 3rd Mark Emery fundraiser in Lethbridge, just this last December, and I think it's a bong worthy of a bong slut.
I hit that bong and
Myself.
it hits like hardcore. It's
It-
worth. So I recommend if you get a chance to.
This is my
over the
daily
weekend.
paraphernalia. This is actually what I hit every day on a regular basis.
You
carry
gotta
it
have a
around
set
with
of
you.
lungs.
I carry around in a dime bag hempen bong carrying case,
You gotta have a set of lungs
By
for that
him.
lung. Like, how
and
do you hit
it
that?
does not fit
Lisa has lungs.
the entire bong, unfortunately. I don't think dime bag makes a case quite that big. So I have to sheathe her in one of the, I don't know, like a Rasta hat. And this is a bong sock. TM.
cozy.
No, not TM, not at all. No, bong socks. Right. So because my hands get cold, and then the moisture, right? It's like condensate.
how's that work?
My hands get cold. So I have. Oh my dog. This is Cheech Chong. This is Cheech and Chong, by the way.
Cheech
Say
and
hi.
Chong.
Thank you so much for letting them. Shh, they're not here right now. You don't see them.
Mama Kind, tell people about your fantastic book, Sex Pot, and where they can get that. And also, who else, tell them some of the success you've had with some of the readers that have been advertising it for you.
I even brought that. Yes. So Sex Pot, the Marijuana Lover's Guide to Getting It On, it's a compilation of some of my sex and relationship advice columns and quizzes and non-fiction stories. Some of them you might have to read through splayed fingers. Those were all in Skunk Magazine over a course of like about 8 years or so. So Ed Rosenthal came to me and said, let's put this all together in a book, hence Sexpot. And last year and also recently again, it's come up.
She read from the book here last year. I swear to God, the vice cops were going to storm this place.
And once again,
Who's gonna read?
we might just hit another chapter or two.
Yeah, I'll be introducing you this year, so watch out, girl.
There will be prizes for sex and pot acumen, but this is only if you like sex.
Awarded after 11 o'clock
and/or
in her
pot.
hotel
If you don't
room.
like sex or pot, then why are you here right now? I don't know. Anyways, Rihanna likes it.
That's right.
That's her. That's my big celebrity. Her new encyclopedia, I hope you read more than Rihanna does to have a new encyclopedia. But yes, Rihanna, new encyclopedia. The girl does need relationship advice. I'm honored that she's taking it from me. And so if you want to be a bad girl like bad girl Riri, you can pick up Sexpot. Sexpot, you can get it in, my number one recommendation is to go into your local head shop, hemp store, smoke shop, Cannabis Culture Headquarters, small C and large.
Or skunk funk.
In whatever province you happen to be in, whether it is somewhere lovely like Skunk Funk or perhaps the Cannabis Culture Headquarters. Ooh, thank you.
A little blueberry jam
or
for you
perhaps
there.
Head to Head, or perhaps any of those places. If they don't carry my book, say, why not? And they will. And then track me down and I'll sign it for you. If not, you can get it on Amazon or go into Chapters and get it that way too. But
And if not, you can listen to Lisa read all about it.
and if you're not a big reader, a lot of us not a big reader. First of all, it's really easy. You can read it on the shitter. It's like really easy to read. But if that's too daunting for you, then I will read bits and fits of it for you. Perhaps later this evening.
Come to my house later?
That
Hotel
you might
room,
have to
private
pay more
hotel
than the
room readings.
$25 that I'm charging for this if you want a personal reading. But yes, of course. I will do a personal reading as long as you don't live in a box down a dark alley. No problem. Right.
Well, rule me out then.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Jared.
My new apartment.
Sorry, Big J.
And you'll bring the bong.
That's where everybody lives in Vancouver. That's all you can afford in Vancouver.
$1,000 a month.
That's right. $1,000 a month for a box down by the river.
There you go.
Damn.
Thanks, Mamakind.
Thank you so much for inviting me onto this lovely stage and inviting me to this wonderful event. And I will point out once again, as I say this every year that I've been to this amazing event, you mentioned earlier that there are not many Cannabis Cup cannabis-related events in Canada. There are not many cannabis-related events in the world that are open. So I have been blessed to have visited a few of them, and I can honestly say this is one of my favorite events, if not my favorite Canadian event, for sure. And you know, prairies hardcore, born and raised in the prairies myself, so that plays into it a little bit. But mostly, there needs to be more events like this. And thank you very much, Jeff, for being the gold standard in Canada for this type of fun, recreational, awesome event where we can get together and enjoy our favorite plants. So.
Thank you guys.
Yay!
Thank you.
Big applause
Lisa.
to Jeff. Woo! Come out and hit the bong with me
Bong guy right
anytime,
here.
by the way. I will
Bong
be out
rips
there.
out back.
Yes, wearing my hemp hood.
Bong along with
So
Mamakind.
are you guys going to rock it out with Redbeard? Redbeard, do you want to come on and talk
Where
on
is
the
he?
show?
Patrick.
Redbeard to the stage,
Redbeard.
please. Redbeard to the stage,
Redbeard
please.
Glass.
Calling the glass guy.
There we go. That's some extension on this thing. Look at that. So yeah,
They don't know what to think of Redbeard in the prairies. They never seen a mountain hippie like him.
right.
Another
that-
BC, another
but- and I
BC
saw
Somebody
boy
bought
coming
him
to
a
the stage.
drink at a bar last night because they're like, because of the beard.
Really?
Yeah.
He said
so
that.
only Redbeard would get a drink bought in the prairies because of his beard.
That's pretty dope.
Only Redbeard.
I saw Redbeard tweeting or Facebooking something, and he said that Gillette has the prairies covered because nobody out here has any beards. Everybody's, maybe it's the cold or something. It just, you know. You have a goatee.
Yeah, well, you know.
And in that video, it was looking closer. It was getting pretty big. It was like,
One
Yeah,
spot
I
you were
actually, the
twin
reason
share.
it's growing back in is because one of my best friends, I was his best man at his wedding, and his wife wanted me to shave and have a clean face. So that's why I have a baby face in that one interview.
Right.
That was right after, his, or right before his wedding. So,
Oh, man, Redbeard.
All right, I'm
Awesome.
gonna get out of here. If you guys want to smoke, let's do it.
love you, Jeff.
Thank you. Peace out. Pot TV.
Thanks for everything, man. It's been awesome.
Thank you guys.
I see a black screen on Pot TV right now that just came up. Matt, what is it that's going on over there? Do you see a black screen? Just want to make sure of this. At the same time that we're hosting this event, we're trying to broadcast on live internet here. It's kind of interesting to try and do it all at once. We're back. Good? Excellent. Okay. All right. Redbeard.
Hey, everyone.
My favorite glassblower from British Columbia, and this year he's had it for several years. This year I got to go to it.
This
Redbeard,
is an
yes,
all,
please, a
this
big
is
hand
an
for
all
Redbeard.
BC sitting here right now.
That's
Yeah,
right.
BC
Got the
crew.
BC crew up front now.
Right. And 3 also facial hair advocates.
That's right. 2 gingers and a pepper.
That's right.
Salt
Oh,
and pepper.
yeah, that's right.
He's got the wisdom.
Well, it is my retirement party.
That's right. That's right. I got it too.
Redbeard, this year I got to go for the first time to your amazing glass gathering.
Yeah.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, that's a good party.
It is a good party. That's at your awesome ranch there. Would you tell people just quickly about what you do there in the summertime?
Sure.
It's pretty awesome.
Sure. So I had a farm up in the mountains, and the best thing I could think of was to invite all my glassblowing friends to come out to this farm, and we could party it up for a weekend. And that was 7 years ago. It's evolved. We're on the 7th annual next year, and it's turned into 30 to 40 glassblowing stations set up in an outdoor tent environment with camping on site, catered kitchen, dab
what a
bar,
kitchen.
lounge.
Delicious
Oh, yeah.
food there too, man.
Yeah,
wow.
all local organic food. I'm a big believer in that.
Yeah, your chef was off the hook, man, this year.
Wow.
Yeah. In previous years, I've raised all the food for the kitchen, including the meat.
Oh, wow. No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
Everything
cool.
was gluten free, and I mean, it was just rocking. And then,
Yeah.
and on top of that, there was like this pure spring runoff water off the hill to drink
Yeah.
from. It was just amazing.
Yeah, it's magical.
It is, and it's cool to check out all the glass blowers in action in like this awesome outdoor, like very earthy setting out there, and it's kind of this mix because you usually see the torches inside. You know, you
Yeah.
don't see them blazing out with just a covered area and everything. It was pretty cool. Like I don't know, the whole thing looked awesome to me, man.
Music
Yeah.
being, played constantly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it was totally dope. And of course,
Several
this
DJs.
is yeah, exactly. Now, how many years have you been doing it for?
7 now.
7,
Yeah,
right? 7.
yeah.
So, and of course, this is you run Redbeard glass, and
Yeah.
you make some of the seriously some of the most kick-ass.
Yeah, I've been
glass.
blowing glass for 15 years now, and I fucking love it. It's a great way to make a living.
Yeah, let's show this piece off.
Yeah, this is a piece here that I brought for this event. This is a piece for smoking oil and hash out of it. It's quite a popular thing these days. So it's got a nail and a dome attachment. So you just set your hash on the end of that nail.
Right, glass nail on that one.
Yeah, maybe we should do some dabs here in a second.
I think we should
not
test
a
drive
bad
this thing
idea.
right now.
Yeah.
And you have a very distinct style to
Yeah,
your
thanks,
bongs.
man. Yeah.
They remind me. I'm not really sure where, but it has this sort of like organic, almost. You gave me an amazing bong.
Yeah, it's coming
It's
back
like
to you.
the slickest
Yeah.
bong that a few days after you gave it to me, broke like a fucking swine. I don't know how it happened. I just clicked it against a little marble.
That's
Oh, it was
okay.
so bad.
These
But
things
you were
happen.
kind enough to repair it for me, and I named it Lovecraft because I thought it looked like one of those Lovecraftian monsters like this. It's very beautiful, but it's a beautiful monster. Yeah, hey, we got a Lovecraft fan out there? Yeah. No, I just think your style is totally awesome, man. And
Thanks,
so
man.
I'm excited to get Lovecraft back. Actually, I've been missing her.
Yeah, she's coming. You're on the
Excellent.
list.
Yeah. And this year when I was up there is when I dropped it off for you. It was so cool that you invited us up there for Pot TV. And in fact, I still have some video footage and stuff that I haven't published from
Oh,
the whole
good.
thing. I got
Yeah,
a bunch
let's
of
load it.
content that I'm writing 2 articles about how I spent my summer vacation high. And one of them is at the ranch there. But so Redbeard, I wanted to find out from you about the commercial side of glassblowing and how this all works. Like,
Yeah, sure.
when you are dealing with, do you just deal directly with some certain stores? Do you pick and choose your favorites? Are there people like approaching you that would like to, that you
Yeah.
don't go with, or is it everybody who wants it kind of thing, or how do people?
Okay, well, yeah, my business has evolved quite a bit. Back in the day when I started, I'd work for anybody. You got
Yeah.
$1, I'd sell it to you. Nowadays, I'm too busy. So I actually have picked a handful of stores that I deal with, and otherwise I'm filling custom orders
Right.
that people directly find me online and order glass.
Excellent.
so-
And there's a bunch of them, I'm assuming. Where, like, do you want to name some of the stores where people can pick up your stuff?
Sure. Well, first off, shout out to Jeff Skunk Funk here in Saskatoon. You guys have
course.
one of the stores that I stock. You can always ask Jeff for any of my work. Shout out to the CCHQ. I've been with them for ages and ages. And there's another store east of us that I deal with, Shakedown Street in Kitchener. Great fans, great family. Bob, the owner, I consider him a brother. There's several stores. Where I live in the Okanagan, in the Kelowna region, shout out to Mary Jane's. He actually funded my trip out here. I quickly put together, let's see, in 4 days I built 170 spoons so I could come out here.
Nah. That's awesome.
That's
man.
the nice thing
wow,
about
you've
being
been
a
working your ass
glassblower.
off.
You need some money, you stay up late, you stay in the basement, you get to work. Yeah.
Cool, man. So now, there, of course, recently we have this whole dabbing phenomena,
Yeah.
which is totally
Yeah.
this new thing where it's just like fancy hot knives.
That's
to me,
it, glorified
essentially.
hot knife. In a lot of cases, it's a one-arm hot knife. When you see the titanium skillet that swings underneath the curve, it's a popular trend. Obviously, I think one of the reasons is because the cannabis is stronger. It's a concentrated form, and it's
Well,
strong
it's,
hash.
it's hard to smoke with hot knives too. So when you have all these, the concentrates are really blowing up. Everybody loves these dabs. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna use your hot knife, or you're gonna find some other way of vaporizing it or using it. But now, of course, all the glass blowers are coming up with these new complex ways. We have all the tie plates and the nails and everything. Has that increased business as well? Is that?
Oh, sure, for sure. A lot of these fancy pieces I make are specifically for that oil rig crowd, specifically for the BHO.
And the
crowd.
percentages of how much glass you're doing for traditional smoking to how much is this new dab stuff? Is it getting close?
It is for me because I do a lot of custom work, so I'd say it's at least 50-50. But
Wow.
I'm an old school guy. I'm a dried flower guy. I really like my dried flowers, so I always
too.
include a bowl for smoking flowers with every piece. So my big thing is including all the different accessories that one could possibly need.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I try to encourage people just to stick to glass. Here I'm heating a glass nail.
How does the glass differ from a tie nail?
Well, the research says that the titanium's clean, but I don't know. I'm a glass blower, so I like.
If
to
you can
smoke
make it out of glass and you know it's clean, why wouldn't you? Is it that it takes longer to heat up or anything, or is there an actual difference between the two? If not, just use the damn glass. Nice. I want to show this off to the
Big
camera
lungs.
too, so people can look at this.
Yeah,
red
where is
piece.
your camera?
I promise I won't break it.
Actually, I got to tell you, it's already broken.
It's already broken. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not sure if I did it or someone or when or how, but it's okay. We'll use it. I'll fix it.
I know, and the one you
carry
made for
on.
me is really, it's kind of a complex bong. It's like a bong inside of a bong. There's two
Yeah.
layers to it.
Yeah, yours was a double layer. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I encased one works piece inside of another worked piece.
yeah.
Hours and hours of work. It's all about the detail.
Fix this microphone.
Fix my microphone.
There we go.
Thank
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, I wanted to have you on because I wanted
No
to talk
worries.
to you about the dab bar today and
Oh, cool, yeah.
what's going on in the dab bar and how that works. People can just come over and what's the
Yeah,
situation?
that was my contribution to this year's event. I think there's 6 rigs over there. I sent some flower bowl attachments, so possibly I'll have to talk to Jeff. Maybe if you wanted to smoke some cannabis flowers out of it, you could take it outside.
Right.
Just be careful you don't drop it. But that's what I contributed, those pieces. I'm not sure what Jeff's going to do. Maybe there'll be a raffle, or maybe there'll be given away at the end, or maybe they'll be at his store where you can check him out and hit him there. But I'm glad to be out here. It's a great event. It's a perfect venue here. And I look forward to doing some glass demonstrations later. Waiting for some equipment to show up. Shine Glass from, I don't even know where Shine is from, but I'm looking forward to working with him. We're going to do some demonstrations for y'all, show you how it's done.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on,
Yeah, no worries.
Redbeard.
Yeah, do you want to see what
Friend
I...
of the show, big time. I've had you on the
since
show
we're
a few
all
times.
about cannabis, do you want to see what I
Oh,
brought
I
from
definitely
the-
do.
Let's look at this.
What do you got in the bag?
What do you got in the bag,
What's
son?
in the bag? Let's see what's in the bag.
So they didn't even ask me for my permit when I checked into through the airport. So this is the last one we hit. Cheese Deep Chunk,
Oh, yeah.
Chimera Seeds. He's really good.
Nice.
Good guy too. I had the pleasure of meeting him.
Very nice.
Lemon Skunk, Greenhouse Seeds. This
see
all
this. Let
and
me
these
see
are
this.
these are the strains that I grow for myself. I'm a licensed grower and consumer from Health Canada.
Right.
Warlock, Sirius seeds.
Oh yeah.
Some
Looks
more lemon
nice.
skunk. I had to bring lots of that. That's my morning smoke. Sativa.
Yeah. And so when you bring this over the border, you can't bring it over the border, but when
No
you bring
border.
it through the airport,
Yeah.
through the security check,
Barney's blue cheese.
they don't give you a hard time at all?
No, it was awesome. I was disappointed. I wanted them to
Jeremiah,
open
you
mine.
flew with me, and I had a big bag of weed
Yeah.
on. I had both
Yeah.
of those bags of weed on me, and
They don't even ask. They knew exactly what it was, and they didn't even ask for your license. They don't say a damn word to you.
They actually went into my
Not a word.
container when I went through security with 2 big bags of marijuana, but they said, "Oh, sir, we need to look at your bag closer."
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, okay," and I figured they're gonna pull out the pot, and I'm gonna go, "Yeah, it's my
Yeah,
medicine."
you were like, I know what you guys want to look at.
And I just let them go. And then, sure enough, I had a knapsack, like just a small pack, and it's got those side pouches on it. And they immediately went to the little side pouch, opened it out, and pulled out a little square metal rolling machine that I have called a Zen roller, if you're familiar with it.
Yep.
And she goes, "Oh," opens it up, and I go, "That's my joint roller." And she goes, "It's okay, never mind. You can go, get out of here."
Oh man, the
And that was it. Two
was
huge bags of marijuana in the main part of the pack. They
We should show one of those off over
It was
here.
awesome. So
Okay, cool.
They questioned me about my mustache wax.
About your
yeah,
mustache
about
wax.
they got him for mustache wax. Matt Mernagh, they got him for a joint, like a cigarette case, a metal cigarette case that he keeps his joints in.
Well, when Medmark, who runs the I Medicate dispensaries, people might know him from Kush.ca, he recently came back from Asia. I can't remember where he was, but he had a lip gloss container, and they took the lid off of the lip gloss container, and he had a bunch of little leaves stuck to the top of his lip gloss, and they were like, it was gonna be a federal case on him. But they eventually, he's so charismatic, somehow he managed to convince them to let him go, but don't leave your lip gloss container in your weed bag. Yeah, let's show this thing off.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. Good job. Shine glass, baby.
I'm liking that. Somebody's gonna win that.
Jeff, where's Shine Glass?
Someone's gonna win that if you people fill out your judges' forms. So once
Where is he
again, we
from?
can't stress enough how important it is here for you guys to properly fill out your judges' forms, or at least do the best you can.
Shine Glass is in Winnipeg.
He's actually one of the guys who taught me how to blow.
There you go.
Ah, there you go. He taught you how to what?
How to blow glass.
Oh, he taught you how to blow. Yeah, crazy glass.
I
that
was
is.
inspired for all these crazy, but
Oh, we're still on this train. Got some purple kush. Gotta bring your kush. That's
Gotta
best
have
for pain
at
management.
least a little bit of kush.
Just a little. This is one of my favorites. Strawberry Skunk, Delta 9 Labs. This is the one I get questioned the most about, and I could only bring a small sample because I took an early branch down. M1 from Brewer Seeds. And this is supposed to have a high CBD count. A lot of patients are asking for a high CBD count. A lot of research is being done right now on our CBDs. And I think we are learning, and we're going to learn how important that molecule is for our healing. Oh, more kush. You can't have too much kush, man.
Right.
That's the Master
This
Kush,
stuff,
actually.
man, this
Master
strawberry
Kush,
skunk.
Purple Kush.
This looks amazing.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Very fruity. Strawberry skunk.
Strawberry skunk.
So here's my standard medicine here. Blueberry grapefruit.
Nice.
That is my
Blueberry
go-to
grapefruit.
strain. for
Sounds
my
like a good morning smoothie.
Yes, it is a cross. It's a sativa indica cross.
those are the first place cups.
Oh, those are
Killer.
the first place cups.
Look at those.
Wow, very cool.
The coming of cheeses.
Ah, yes, cheese.
That
Coming of cheeses.
yeah.
Yeah, I recently
I
had a
grew
sample
cheeses
of
in my basement.
Cheese Haze Christ is what it was called. Cheese Haze Christ. Yeah, that's an.
Oh, I like that. That's the finely trimmed large tops of the blueberry grapefruit.
Oh, this is quite the bag you have here. Oh, more of the blueberry grapefruit.
And the cheese, I didn't label very properly, but there's 3 types of cheese. I got the BC cheese, I got blue cheese, I got cheese deep chunk.
You gotta
Can't-
have different
can't have too
selections.
much
of
cheeses in
cheese.
your life.
No, you definitely can't.
Yeah, so check those out though. They got a nice nose.
Oh man.
That's my
I
medicine
smell this
bag.
cheese. Nice. Quite the bag you have there.
Yeah,
It's a little green bag.
yeah. It does the trick. When you're coming to a cannabis cup, it's difficult to know what to pack.
So you pack all your medicine.
You gotta. That's right.
I was
You
actually
wouldn't want to,
still.
because if you left any behind, you'd be like, I forgot. I left this behind.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
wait,
I made sure
you
I
have
had
some?
every variety, and then I brought enough, I hope, and I'm still under my limit. I weighed it all carefully.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you share what your limit is, or do you want to say that? I don't know if you want to, but it's more than this, obviously.
Yeah, this is more
Yeah,
than mine.
wow.
Well, it's a monthly limit, right?
It's monthly.
I keep a big bag of sugar at home, so I keep a big bag of weed at home.
Right now, what we were talking about coming over the border and that being, or sorry, not over the border. I keep saying that through the airport security checks. Definitely not over the border. For God's sake, don't do that.
You
But
know,
what we were
I have
talking
the
about,
most hassle in Toronto, and even then, I just had a polite conversation with the RCMP. I showed them my permit, and they sent me on my way.
Now, what we haven't been paying attention to much when we're thinking about the new medical marijuana program is that this will go away too. Like, this will be illegal. Those big limits and stuff, you won't be allowed to do that anymore as of the new program, right, Redbeard? As part of the new program, there won't be...
I will only be allowed to carry 150 grams, I bet, because that's the maximum you can order.
Right.
I'm not sure how the personal carries will be. So, I mean, that will make it difficult to travel for any long period of time. But I guess then, hopefully, the new system will have eventually pharmacies everywhere. I hope that we're able to get cannabis everywhere, medical cannabis. I believe one of the loopholes that guys are looking into is, you know how a lot of those mailbox stores where you can go in and you can rent a mailbox right there in the store? Well, then if you go to the counter at the store, you order your medical cannabis, they'll go around, put it in a mailbox for you, give you your what's your usual, you have your key, and they'll just slide it in there, and there you go, over the counter, but it's still in the mail.
Oh.
So they're looking into loopholes like that, I'm told.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we were thinking about this last night. Like, where will they draw the line? I mean, if they really do open it up, there's already, it's completely illegal to have a medical marijuana dispensary in Canada right now. Totally illegal, but yet we have a lot of them across Canada. In Vancouver, there's over 20 medical marijuana dispensaries that are open to anybody who brings in a doctor's note, essentially, and you can purchase cannabis from them completely illegally. The VPD, Vancouver Police Department, don't go after these places, don't shut them down, with the exception of just a couple of them over 15 years. The same thing in other places. There's dispensaries all across Canada. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen on that level. Yeah. Are they going to go after these dispensaries now? Are they going to just allow, and maybe there'll be a proliferation of more of that activity?
Yeah, well, I'm hopeful, but yeah, we'll see, eh? We got to get rid of Harper first, I think.
It's just all up in the air
there
right now.
There was a promising article in the Vancouver paper, wasn't it? Not in the Straight, how the one council member was saying he thinks the dispensaries will stay.
Oh, good.
So
wow, I didn't see this one. That was in the Georgia Straight?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm going to have to dig that up for sure. We actually have a Georgia Straight editor watching our live stream right now, actually.
And I actually
Miranda
also,
Nelson.
there was an article about how, so there won't be any limit to how many people can produce cannabis in the new program. So I'm kind of hopeful that maybe, is that an oversight, or is that's on purpose so the market drives it?
They said they're not going to put
that'll
caps.
Bring the price down. I know I've talked to several people that are looking into starting a commercial application, one of which I just had a meeting the other day. I'm helping Ross Rebliati.
Right.
Yeah, snowboarder. Yeah, well, I'll bring him onto your show there.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I'd love to have Ross on the show.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He lives just down the road from me, actually. And I think it would be all right to say that I believe he's going to ink the deal on his registered growers. And so he'll be
excellent.
Hopefully
and we have
soon
people right here in the building who have applied as well.
Right here at the
yeah, so we definitely have friends who are applying, and it's hopeful that Health Canada has supposedly issued this R&D development license to Mernagh, because our friend who's on Pot TV a lot, John Burfello, who does our Medtainers and all that stuff.
I know John.
Yeah, he's friends with Mernagh, and so he said that we might even, I'm not really, this is total speculation, but he's a good guy. We might even be able to go check his facilities out and stuff.
Oh, that's great.
So who knows? It sounds like the people that they're letting do this stuff, it's not just going to be the Prairie Plant System type of people. So it's not just going to be these massive corporations, right?
I'm staying tuned to John Conroy's injunction, because what I can't believe is them trying to take away us growing our own medicine. I grow my own vegetables. I have cows and goats. I grow my own dairy. How the hell wouldn't I grow my own medicine? You know, it's much easier to grow than tomatoes. I'll tell you that. So
It's a damn crime against nature to make a plant illegal.
I encourage everyone out here to plant 5 plants. We call it the Harper Plan. Plant 5 plants. You won't even go to court. If you get caught, they'll give you a ticket. Plant 5 again. There's no mandatory minimums for over 6 until you get over 6 plants.
That's right.
So that's
Yeah,
my
there-
intention.
now there, you can
5
still
plants.
you can still
Come
be
and get me.
charged for less than that. I mean, they still can get you for 5.
Yeah.
But it's not as likely, and it's definitely not a 6-month mandatory sentence, which it is
Yeah.
for 6 plants.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that is such a brutal new
Ridiculous.
system. But now, and I haven't really seen if anybody's been charged under this yet, or if there's a first mandatory has come down or anything. We're gonna have to
Yeah.
look into that and see if anybody. But the law is on the books now, so theoretically, anybody busted could see that.
And don't
mandatory.
forget the recently at the Police Chiefs Association meeting, how they said they would prefer to write tickets than arrest people for marijuana. But what you really have to understand, what that really said was, we would prefer to write you a ticket than let you go.
Yeah.
Because there's a good 50% chance that most of the time, if you got like a couple joints or you're just smoking a joint behind some dumpster, you know, the cop's going to say, hey, put that out and like just get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But if it's really easy for the cop to write you $200-300 ticket
They
and then
love
kick
that.
you and then tell you to get the hell out of here, he's going to prefer to do that.
Absolutely.
So it's really just a cash grab when they talk about that thing. The police are not progressive. They're not trying to do us any favors. They're looking at ways to increase work, to create money coming in, and
Easy
to
money.
further hassle, easy targets,
Yeah.
which would be cannabis users.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally brutal what they're
Yeah,
doing.
I had just that exact conversation with a close family member of mine as an RCMP. And that's exactly what he said.
I bet he said
Right
those exact
now,
words.
we let everyone go if they're just smoking pot. I mean, if they've got a knife and they just stab someone and they find pot, they're going to charge them with possession. But right now,
Oh, yeah,
he
of
says,
course.
we just let them go. We don't care.
That's
but
right.
if they decriminalize it, we're going to fucking ticket everyone. Easy money.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
David
Exactly what he
Malmo-Levine,
said.
the activist we talked about earlier, who was responsible for Hug Power, has actually written an article about decriminalization. That's on Cannabis Culture, and in the article he talks about the concept of net widening. And when they do sort of decriminalize marijuana, it
Great
leads,
term.
Yeah, right. It leads the
Great
cops
term.
to go after more people because those tickets they just don't feel as bad about doing it.
Yeah.
But it widens it out. And then actually what
It's
happens
more acceptable.
in some of these places where they've decriminalized, what you see is when people start getting a lot of these tickets and not paying for their tickets, they go to jail anyway. You
Yeah,
know,
there
you
go.
don't pay your
Yeah.
tickets and
Another excuse.
What happens if it's like your 3rd or 4th ticket?
yeah, right, exactly. Well,
At $200 a pop, like, and then you go to court, say, oh, well, you've had 3 tickets. Now you have to go to court and appear before a judge and say, well, why are you getting so many tickets?
right.
You
Yeah,
know,
sure.
and it's just going to, it dominoes along for it snowballs.
Yeah.
It just gets going to get crazy.
Now, there's a difference. These words are thrown around a lot: decriminalization, legalization, and they're sort of loosely defined, and everybody kind of seems to have a different definition of them.
Decrim is just prohibition light.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
In
we
some
want
places,
full legalization.
exactly.
Thank you.
But there's an exception to that rule in places like British Columbia right now, where we have a ballot initiative called Sensible BC. This is an
Woohoo!
initiative
Sensible
that's-
BC, yeah!
Right. Dana Larson, activist extraordinaire and the founding editor of Cannabis Culture magazine. Dana has done such a great job there of putting together this decriminalization ballot initiative. But part of this decriminalization is that they will actually defund the police enforcement of marijuana completely on a funding level. So because it's a federal law and pot is against the law federally and it's their jurisdiction, the only way to really decriminalize it properly in British Columbia is to have this ballot initiative to take the money away from the cops. Now, it's true that here in Saskatchewan, you guys can actually do the same thing. You guys have a ballot initiative act
Really?
here in Saskatchewan.
Do it.
That's right, and it wouldn't take a heck of a lot because there's not as big of a voting population in your province. The signatures that we would need would be a hell of a lot less than in British Columbia. It would be the same percentage, of course. The percentage is 10% of all likely voters in every single riding. So it's hard to collect these signatures. It's not going to be an easy task in BC, and it wouldn't be an easy task here either, but it's definitely doable. So if we do have success in British Columbia, you guys should be next.
Yeah, Sensible Canada. Absolutely. And you know, you guys, if you're in like other provinces other than BC or here, I mean, you could start to lobby your politicians for this type of legislation and say that, you know, on the provincial level, that you'd like to have the referendum process so that you're ballot initiatives.
Yeah.
And that way that, you know, this is really grassroots activism, bottom level. This is the core.
Yeah.
So, you know, this, and it only happens when people get out there and actually start making calls and talking to people, not sitting around on Facebook pushing like.
Right. No internet, not just internet. That's important too, though. Don't stop pressing those like buttons.
No,
But yes.
Get on your
but
feet.
do more than that. That's
Yes.
all I'm saying, was we all have to do more. And I'm sure you've heard it before, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, I
because
like
we're
to say-
getting, we're there. You know, it's a constant game. We push, they push, we push, they push. And right now, you know, we've had some setbacks through the courts. We've got some bad laws that we got to deal with. We got a program that a lot of people are unhappy with the changes coming up. And, you know, what are your choices? You can either roll over or you can sort of, but there's a lot of different fronts. Everybody has to fight on their own way that they see best how their time is spent. But I just want you to all, you know, no matter what you do, be encouraged to get out and do something.
And
For
keep
sure.
growing.
And keep growing marijuana. Overgrow the government, like Mark Emery said. You know, that's a great term. I love it. It's overgrow the government.
On task.
So I wanted to bring something up. Now, let me see if where's the crew here? I don't know if I can bring this up yet. Will one of the Sarah crew, the people who are running the show, who are actually running the show, come and talk to me for a second? Oh, I see.
We need Sarah squared.
Oh, I think they're putting it together here. Okay.
Sarah squared, so they
I
got
see
it.
somebody in the crowd with a cape on who's giving me an okay sign. That's a good sign. Right. Okay.
All right.
Now,
All
Now,
right.
is
We,
it okay
we've
for
we've been
me?
given
I
the
should-
signal.
Okay. Well, what I was bringing up is just a couple days ago, it was the birthday of a very important person around here.
was,
It was
yes.
Jeff's birthday just a couple days
It
ago.
was Jeff's birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, Jeff. So I think we're gonna.
That was
have
on
a little-
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little celebration up here for Jeff on stage here, and I don't know where the crew is. I was given the okay sign, but
It's my retirement party, so.
right. Right now, I don't know how old Jeff was turning. I don't know if we should be announcing that on the microphone anyway, but he looks like a young guy to me.
29.
Yeah. 24 years old.
He's 420 in dog years.
Yeah, and I
see
don't
Jeff.
actually see Jeff either, but we're going to
I
have to
see
drink.
him.
Oh, nice. There.
Yeah.
The birthday boy. He's probably
Sarah's
hiding
got
under.
him.
Come on up.
Bring
Yeah,
forth.
for
Bring,
sure.
him, bring,
Now-
bring forth the Jeff.
I think there's something special for him. I don't know if it's infused or not, but. Woo, woo. That's right.
There he is.
Your
Come
ears
on up
are
here.
ringing.
Yeah, we're talking about you, Jeff.
So I think maybe should we do a happy birthday song or what? I don't know what we want to do here. Your birthday.
Before
Yeah,
we
Jeff.
do the
Yeah,
birthday
that's a
with
good idea.
Jeff, I brought those two. I brought the Sarahs, and the whole
Sarah
thing's
squared?
gonna fall apart having them not do work this quickly.
I
So
know.
you got to bring them out
We
real
should.
quick.
We should totally introduce the Sarahs.
Bring the Sarahs out right now
Because
because
they-
they're like
They're running this whole show
Sarah
here.
squared.
Sarah squared. How's it
These
going,
are the
ladies?
organizers behind Jeff.
Yeah, the real work gets done by these ladies, not actually me.
He's just a pretty face.
Yeah, I'm just the face and the voice, the sexy voice.
That's right. Cool. Oh, so what's going? Do you guys have something for Jeff here? What's happening there, Sarah? One. Oh, we should. So, good. Well, I want to ask you about. Good. I'm glad. Yes. Thanks, Matt. Well, so how's it going? Obviously, ladies. How are you? Like falling asleep yet? Have you been up for days? Is this like? Are you medicating enough?
Medicating will come a little bit later. But yeah, we are a little bit tired right now.
Do we have no sound on
Yeah, I
that
don't
mic?
know. Is that mic going? Our sound guy.
Is it going? There we go.
There it is. Okay,
Just
good.
quiet.
Yes. Oh, you can jack that up a little bit. Cool. So it's a big production to put on here. It's not an easy task.
No, it's not.
No.
No.
There's some specific challenges, I would guess. Like, what's the hardest part of the whole thing? What do you think's the hardest thing about putting the whole cup together? Is that a tough question?
It's a tough question. All of it, it's worth the work is worth it. So you can't just pick and choose what's
It's
hard.
true. Well, yeah, exactly. I know it's a difficult. The whole thing is huge. Well, I saw something over there. What do we got here?
Oh yeah. Jeff's birthday was on the 2nd.
Oh,
So this is his unofficial birthday party tonight, and so we're all gonna sing happy birthday,
Yes.
please.
You know, I'm trying to watch my figure, so I don't know how big of a piece of that I can
Get
have.
the camera on it. It's got
And
a Batman signal with a pot leaf on it.
They actually combine
And a
my
420.
two greatest things. For some reason, I'm a big kid and love Batman, and even bigger kid and love weed. So I don't know if everybody can see that or not, but that's amazing. Thank you.
That was talk to Mike.
All right. Well, what about a little
That's-
happy birthday song here? All right.
At least they didn't put candles on it, so you don't know how old
Right,
I
I was
actually
gonna
am.
yeah,
I'm
that's
only
right.
25. I'm only 25.
All right. How about the song? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jeff Lum. Happy birthday to you. Yeah.
We should
Happy
have.
birthday, brother.
Thank you.
And many more.
Thank you, everybody. We should have put joints in it as candles, eh?
Ah, yes.
We were gonna just cut the ends off after and still smoke them.
Well, yeah. I mean, like.
Thank you, everybody.
I
That's
want to
amazing.
get him on the couch here. What's going on?
They got like 5 minutes. And that 3 minutes ago, bro.
So-
they got 5 minutes, 3 minutes ago.
Are you guys also allowed to judge then, or are you guys not allowed to judge at all? You're totally, because we talked about how we're not going to be on Pot TV telling the audience. We don't want to influence anybody's actual judging, but we're going to show off the Pot TV audience. But when you guys are putting the whole thing together here, like how much time does it take to do this? I mean, how much advance notice? How much of your own time do you put into this thing?
Quite a bit, I think.
Countless hours.
Yeah, at least a few times a week, like not so close to the event, but within the last 4 months, it's trying to be there every day.
It takes
and-
4 months. Like you guys start 4 months.
Oh
to
no,
get
we
to this
started
point?
last year, right after the cup last year.
As soon as the cup is over, we all go right into work mode.
And
So that's promoting across the country at different events all over Canada, even branching out into over to Europe and just trying to brand the Prairie Cup and getting people to know what we are and where we are and what we're doing. So
Yeah.
the work starts. They got to come to Toronto for the first time this year.
Yeah.
To work real hard and
That's awesome.
be part of treating
That's so
yourself,
cool.
which is
Yes,
amazing.
you got
Yeah.
to talk of
I
treating
don't
yourself.
actually know.
We interviewed you guys actually on Pot
Yes, we
TV a
did.
little bit. That's right. Now, the team that you guys have working with you, how many volunteers are we talking about? Is it just the three of you guys, or there's more? I see a lot of volunteers
there's a whole
around
group
doing
of
stuff.
us. I mean, a lot of people
Yeah.
come together for this to make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it's probably not cheap either. I mean, a lot of your own money goes into this.
It's sometimes out of pocket, but I mean, it's all worth it.
Right.
At the end of the day, as long as people are happy and medicated, that's all that matters about this.
Right.
The money's secondary, but it does help. I mean, everybody that pays for a ticket and gives in sponsorship or gives in money for sponsorship, that money helps to throw the event, so that we can keep coming back and we can keep doing this. And without Sarah's and the volunteers at the booths and everybody, the performers and everybody that comes out, it's like without everybody, so it's everybody, even the people. I mean, without any of them, without the people sitting here smoking and medicating, we wouldn't have any of this. So, and without the growers, my God, that we may all lose that next year. Without the growers, that we are truly blessed to have those people working as hard as they do to cultivate some of the best marijuana in Canada, in the world, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Some of the best growers here. I brought some T-shirts to give away. We do a little cannabis Q&A and see how smart people are. I bet everybody knows American cannabis history. What about Canadian cannabis history? Matt Mernagh probably has a Canadian cannabis question. Do you have a cannabis question for somebody to answer
Give-
or win a T-shirt?
give
What's
Mern-
your cannabis,
Mernagh a
Canadian
microphone.
cannabis knowledge? Matt's got
Thanks.
to have some. Matt's got to
You
have
guys are
some.
awesome. You guys are
That's
amazing.
awesome.
And Jeff, I wanted to say that, you said that sometimes it comes out of pocket. I know
Right.
that there's other cannabis cups across the country, and they also struggle financially to do this kind of stuff. I mean, it definitely isn't cheap, but I really appreciate, and also, my former boss, Mark Emery, who's in jail in Mississippi right now.
Free Mark.
Free Mark.
Mark Emery. That's some straight
right.
bullshit.
Wish he could be here.
Oh, me too. You know.
Here we go.
You know, I met him, and it's in 2009. I met Mark and Jody and Michelle for the first time. Michelle, you know, we miss you. You know, so many amazing people, and they get washed away in this drug war of bullshit. I mean, we all know why Mark went away. They don't like a loudmouth, which scares me sometimes because I just want to be as bold as Mark has been about life. You know, yeah, he's political based. It has nothing to do with him selling seeds, nothing to do with any of it. It's because he went and heckled the drug czar and told him he was a piece of shit, which is the truth, right? These people don't want to hear the truth. That scares them. So then they decide they want to lock up a guy. They thought that was going to stop the movement in some way. But I don't think so. And I know Mark, his heart is in the right place, and all our hearts have been with him while he's been doing his 5 years. He's almost done. He's going to come back home. We love Mark Emery. We love everything the Prince of Pot has done. We wouldn't have an industry in Canada if that guy didn't push for some of the stuff in BC and push to make some of this stuff happen. I mean, you know, stores are open on Sunday in Canada because of Mark Emery.
That's right.
Like, a lot of people don't know that. He started, you know, in Toronto.
You can listen to obscene hip hop now because of Mark Emery.
Yeah, you know,
exactly.
like he was selling the band in the USA, the hardcore
Two Live
Crew.
Yeah, nasties. They want to be. You couldn't buy that anywhere else in Canada except Mark Emery's head shop. You know, so his bookstore. In Toronto, if people didn't do that kind of stuff, and that's one man. Look at what one man did. He got him so scared, they locked his ass up for 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's pretty powerful,
But
man.
as you said, it doesn't stop it. They tried to stop Mark, but by locking him up, they just made 100 more Mark Emerys like you.
You're damn right they did.
Yeah. And Jeff, I mean,
That,
you've been doing
honestly, I want to just do some backstory. If you guys don't know how I got started doing an organization, like wanting to do an event to put some activism together in Saskatchewan, is because the day that Mark Emery was extradited to the United States, I was standing at the gazebo down at the Besbro Park, which is where we usually rally for our World Marijuana Marches and our 420s that don't even happen anymore.
Yeah.
And I was the only person standing there with a sign that said, "Keep Mark in Canada," with my little megaphone, smoking my fatty in the rain, going, "Man, this is all we got is me." And I had one other guy, Robert Godfrey of the Saskatchewan Marijuana Party. He was at our MP's office smoking a fatty. He left a big sign in their door. They were closed that day because it's raining buckets. But that's when I really knew in my heart that we needed to do something organized in Saskatchewan. Bring together people and Prairie Pot, because I've been smoking weed on the prairies now for a long time. I mean, I know that some of the best weed is growing here by some of the greatest people. So I just wanted to showcase that. So I sure hope you guys are having fun out there. And thank you for everything that everybody's done. But without it, I love you guys. Thank you much. Wow, it's been a great day.
Yeah, it's been so awesome. Thanks, Jeff, for everything. This is just killer, man.
So Mernagh, it's got some cannabis Q&A.
Who wants to win a T-shirt? Here we go.
Shirts?
Woo!
What's the first question?
All right, for a chance for this camo shirt of marijuana leaves. That's excellent to get lost in your grow room.
Those are a hot commodity. People really like those shirts a lot.
Name the person who started medical marijuana going with his court case that is named after him in 1997. Just yell it. Right there, Terry Parker.
Oh.
Parker.
All right. Next question. Opus.
All right. This is real easy.
I got one.
Just yell it out if you know. What does RSO stand for? No, somebody else, Tamara. There you go, right there. T-shirt for you.
Jeremiah got one?
I have a question.
Oh, Jay, you want to toss one?
Sure, I'll toss one. What is this shirt
Come on,
here?
toss one out, Jeff.
Smoking
Clears.
Smoking Clears.
I think everybody's got a pack of those in their bag.
Right.
Yeah, thanks to everybody, for
Now,
Smoking Clears.
this one seems like an easy one, but is it? What does MMAR stand for? She got it. She had it in the right order. It's Marijuana Medical Access Regulations, not Medical Marijuana Access Regulations. And it's marijuana with an H.
What's marijuana with an H?
That was Mamakind.
Hold on. Does anybody know the new one, the MMPR? Bullshit. There's a word for that.
Marijuana for medical purposes.
I'll win a T-shirt.
Yep.
All right. One more. There's a couple more shirts.
There's a couple more. What year was marijuana made illegal in Canada? What year was 22? I believe it's actually 23. 1923. So I'm sorry I give you, but we'll give it to you anyways. That's pretty damn close. Hold on. I got a bonus question. If you can answer this. How long after they made the law did it take them to arrest somebody for it in Canada?
Ooh.
Anyone? It took them 12 years to arrest anybody for the first marijuana possession or traffic, whatever the hell it was back then. 12 years after they made the law. That's pretty crazy for Canada. A lot of people don't know. They think the United States was a big push. But Canada actually adopted their own bullshit laws earlier than the United States and Hansinger and all that shit in the 30s. So
Right.
a lot of
Now-
people you know because of the great documentaries.
Here's
A lot of people don't know Canadian history.
It's true, absolutely.
There's tons of it. David Malmo Levine, that guy. Go to the Herb Museum. You can learn all about Canadian cannabis,
Yes.
and the laws, and all how the medicine. Man, that guy's.
David Malmo Levine
crazy.
has a massive museum at 307 West Hastings in Vancouver. It's part
amazing.
of our Hempire there on the Pop Block. It's the largest drug war history museum in the world that we know about. Maybe next to the CIA also has a very, very large museum actually. But yeah, it's full of all kinds of history of all herbs. It's the Herb Museum. If you want to check it out online, it's herbmuseum.ca. Amazing work there by David Malmo.
And that's what we're talking about, Canadian education, letting
Right.
people, you can go and just read the walls up the stairs to CC. So if you got a few hours just hanging out, you could just hang out on the steps and read the walls. It's full of tons of good information.
Or
I
just
love
pay
it.
the $5 donation and check the whole museum out.
For sure,
And
that's
you get
awesome,
to
too.
use the volcano vaporizers and chill out there just like a vapor lounge. So
All right, who's got the next
Quick
cannabis
quick
question?
announcement to make. Redbeard, you forgot your volcano vapor bag. Redbeard. Your medicine
Redbeard.
bag, Redbeard.
medicine bag.
Your
oh.
epic cheese is up here.
So is
All
it-
right, I got one last shirt to give away.
One last
Somebody
shirt.
else
Who's
wants
got
to
the
win
question?
a shirt.
You got a question, Opus?
What's the
Yeah,
question?
I got. Okay, sorry.
He asked if he forgot any weed. We're just keeping the weed you forgot. I think it's all those nugs up there, right?
Oh, the nugs here?
We're keeping them, bro.
What about the big bags? We keeping those too?
Those
Yeah,
are
who do those
mine.
belong to? Oh, wow.
Easy there, big guy.
Those are the retirement bags.
That's retirement weed
yeah.
there. That's right.
What's
All
the
right.
last question there?
The last question. The last question is: see if you guys have been paying attention. What's BHO stand for?
Oh,
Right there in the red hat.
Sonic.
Here, I don't want to get on your. I don't want to knock glass over. So come on
And-
up.
Yeah.
And,
Step up.
and Sonic, who taught you to make that?
Nice.
Ah, there it is. All right, thanks.
Jeff, this has been totally awesome, man. It's been
been
totally
fun. It's
huge.
been great.
And so what's next on the agenda for the night?
What
are we
time
doing
is
next?
it? I don't even know.
It is.
What time
It's time to get high.
It's 6:30. We're you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Is everybody
Yeah.
hungry? 'Cause we're gonna get some food out. We're gonna feed you all, and then we're gonna
Nice.
smoke
Yep.
some more, and we're gonna listen to some hip hop.
Yeah.
So
So
one
you-
last call before we all eat. We want to go over the judges thing. More people have arrived.
More people are here.
Very. The
Yeah.
whip
So-
on.
And hold on, before you get started, I have a couple announcements. Please leave all the valves for the volcanoes where you found them, please, just because it's hard to keep track of all that stuff, and I need to return them. All the volcanoes were either purchased by my store to be here, or my friends have donated them for us to use for the weekend. So please treat them, thank you. Please treat them with respect. Make sure the valves, 4 valves are supposed to be at each station. So please try to make sure they end up back there at the end of the night. As well as, if you're using a dab rig or a torch, please leave all that stuff up on the back dab bar. As well, please just do your best to enjoy yourself. Keep your combustibles outside. Otherwise, I'm hungry and there's cake already.
Cake.
right.
My piece has a bit of the pot leaf.
So
Nice. Can we?
we're just gonna end up
we get
in the show. I will talk while you eat, Jared, and then you can end your show, and then we're gonna all eat, and then we're gonna watch some hip hop and get high through the night. So that's a good idea. That's the rundown of Friday night. It's been awesome to be here. We're Pot TV. We're back here tomorrow, webcasting Pot TV again. And one last time, guys, you got to go over your judge's ballot. Make sure you're reviewing the pot that you're smoking. Like, make sure you make notes so that come Sunday, when you're filling the ballot out, you know what you're filling out. So just use this for notes. whether it's visual appeal, aroma, taste, smokability, the medicinal effect, your overall satisfaction. And then on Sunday, you have notes to refer to, because by Sunday, you'll have smoked so many different kinds of marijuana, you won't know what hit you. Already, several people have said the samples are amazing.
Oh, that's great. Glad to hear that.
Several people have already dude, the samples are absolutely amazing.
Did everybody get all their samples?
So make sure
Everybody
you get
got
your
'em?
sample pack.
I haven't
They're
got mine
in,
yet.
You just got to go get them.
we just have to go get ours, and we'll show you tomorrow what's in there, but on
Been
Pot
working.
TV. So just make sure, visual appeal again, nug porn, think of it. Is it erotic to look at? Does it excite you to smoke it? Aroma, how does it smell? Take the time after you grind it up to take a nice smell. There's some great marijuana going around here, and it smells wonderful. Well, bud structure under visual appeal. How does it taste when it's in there? Like your taste buds, are they lit up? Did they get lit up? How long does it linger there? Smokability. Is it harsh? Does it smoke clean and clear with nice ash on the end? Right? You need to know all these things. These things are important. Medicinal effect. How is it affecting you when you, after you've inhaled it on your volcano over there? How did it make you feel? Lastly, overall satisfaction. Were you really happy, not so happy? I mean, some nugs look fantastic and smoke like bunk. And some bunk buds smoke fantastic and get you really stoned. So it's a weird kind of thing when you're a marijuana judge. And then lastly, come Sunday when we ask you to list 1, 2, and 3, because we're going to give away these amazing kick-ass prizes. Like, look at the glasses that people are going to win. We got some amazing trophies. We want to make sure that the person who ultimately deserves it goes home with these trophies, because these are prairie boys that are out here competing, and they take competing very seriously, I'm told, in Saskatchewan, right?
That's right.
All righty then. So, guys, go forth. We're Pot TV. Jared's going to do the end of his show, but I want you to make sure you fill these out as you smoke them. Roll them up, put them in your pocket, keep an eye on it, and come Sunday, you'll be only allowed to leave after you've deposited your ballot in the ballot box. They don't think I'm serious, but I'm totally serious.
It's very important that you get your judges' forms handed in, on time, so that we can count up, all the points and find out who actually wins, first, second, and third. It's awesome because the first 2 years we only had first, second, and third category just in general.
Yeah.
This year we were gracious enough to get enough strains to actually have an entry, a lot of entries for each category. So for sativa, indica, and hybrid. So it's nice to be able to give away 9 cups this year instead of just the 3. And next year we want to introduce a concentrate category so that people can enter, their... Oh, see?
It's a crowd
a lot
pleaser.
of dabbers in the house.
You're going to include hash, cold water extraction as well. That'd be a category.
You betcha. All modes of extract. So if you dry sift or you bubble hash or you make BHO or you make isopropyl oil or however you use naphtha, acetone, whatever you want to use to make your medium. People are always like, how do I make that Rick Simpson oil? I'm like, well, you just got to, go watch the video and figure it out. It's not that hard. There's lots,
Ether.
Ether. So just be safe. Make sure you know
Let's
what
get
you're
a
doing.
jug of ether.
Make sure you know how to process. It's hard to find ether, but you
I
can
know,
use it.
it's very hard.
You can use it. It actually makes really good oil.
One for the oil, one for you, one for the oil.
Just got to be careful it doesn't put you to sleep.
Oh, that's only ether on the weekends, fear and loathing and stuff.
Exactly. Devil ether. Well, and I just wanted to say about the judging thing, we should take Matt seriously, because we could probably consider you an expert on this subject with the publication of your Marijuana Smoker's Guide.
The strain.
That's why Matt is the judge's whip, because really he published the Marijuana Smoker's Guidebook.
Do you have a copy of that somewhere you could
Here,
show
Matt will
off,
tell
Matt?
you.
I thought
Actually,
it
I'll
was just
be
a sexy
signing
boots.
copies over there shortly, Jer. It's 150 marijuana strains photographed. Every strain's been photographed. There's about 200 plus marijuana full color photos. Let's see. It's an A to Z book. The first strain's Acapulco Gold, grown in Saskatchewan, oddly enough.
Beautiful strain.
From Mexico, too.
Yeah. Go figure.
So we tried to review it like a music critic would, so that you would be excited to look at and smoke marijuana. It's done exceedingly well. Someone caught my joke in the chat where we were doing the sound check, and I said, I'd like to thank my parents and the Bank of Nova Scotia for the check for the Giller Prize. Someone's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I was kidding. But it's a great book. I think you're all going to enjoy reading it. It really helps you judge cannabis.
It is a great book. I've read it now. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a wonderful book.
It's funny as hell, too. It's really hilarious.
Got my signed copy in Toronto.
Yeah. Fits in the back pocket.
Yeah, fits in your back pocket. We want to prevent you from smoking bunk bud. That's why we do these competitions. It really makes legalization happen.
Just so you know, Matt, I plan to purchase your whole box of books, so you can just sign those copies and give them out to everybody here. You tell me what that box is worth.
All right. How do you
I'm gonna
like
buy it
that,
from
folks? A big one from Jeff here at Farm.
So
That's
Matt's going to
amazing.
sign a book for you guys.
That's awesome.
And I'm sure since you're here today and Jeff's doing that, I guess if you came over and talked to Matt, he will probably, I think you're available for Bud Babes, are you not? If you check his Twitter account, I think there's some up there about he's looking for Bud Babes or something.
All right, well, this was awesome, Jeff. Thank you so much, man. This is totally killer. This was Cannabis Culture News Live. If you guys want to watch this show on the regular, it's on every Friday on Pot TV. It's my show. We have a ton of other shows on Pot TV as well. Mr. Mernagh has the Mernagh Zone on Tuesdays. Mick has a show on Mondays as well, so we all have our shows. I don't know how often Mick is it's kind of half on and half off right now.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to, in the middle of selling my house and moving and such, but Time to Grow with Opus
And
Live
retiring.
on Mondays, 4 o'clock.
That's
It's a
right.
retirement party. He's retiring.
This
That's
is
right.
my retirement party. Yeah. Well, I'm only retiring from the grow room. I'm actually going to be moving on to bigger and better things, more Pot TV, more writing, and yeah, just getting out more. And like I'm getting out of the basement and moving on from that. I've been 35 years in a brightly lit room with no windows in a basement. It's
You want to grow hemp with me on the prairies?
yeah, well, you know that
We'll
might
buy
be
a
an
few
interesting-
acres and
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
just
get
grow
a,
hemp.
well, we need like a couple of sections.
yeah, we'll look it up. We buy land cheap here.
Are we going to be able to like put our few plants in between the hemp plants?
Oh, why not? I mean,
We are ganja farmers
that's right. That's right.
because we are real ganja farmers.
It's amazing what you can do with hemp. It's so much fun. I would love to get into the industry.
Yeah.
I've talked to you guys about that.
But,
Well,
but
I'd
thanks,
love to-
Jeremiah. Thank you for the show, man. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us on, man.
It's been great.
Thanks for coming on, everybody. Thanks to all the guests, and thanks for everybody who came here today and everybody who's watching on Pod TV. It's going to be a fun weekend, so stay tuned out there, and I know I'll see everybody in the crowd here. So I guess that's the end of this one, guys. Thank you so much. Peace, everybody.
Take care. Bud.
Cultivate your freedom.
Overgrow the government.
Sorry, Jared, we're going to have to get
Jade
called back
Ridge
for
is in the
another-
house. What's up, Jade? And Yon, my brother, my cannabis brothers and
A lot of
sisters
really
are here.
great activists and people
Thank
here
you
in the
for
crowd
everybody
today.
coming. Glad you guys made it. We're gonna eat and then
No,
we're
I gotta-
gonna
I
listen to
was-
some hip hop.
I have a quick announcement to make from the Sarahs.
Oh,
Matt, come this way. They can't see you on the camera.
You've been called back for an encore, Jeremiah. And
What's that?
their food's not until 7.
Oh, okay.
oh,
Now,
Till 7.
your show is
we got to be getting close.
your show is a bit over. I have some.
Let's do some smoking. Yeah, we should do some smoking. Maybe take Pod TV on a little smoking tour.
We're gonna take Pot TV around. We need you guys all to remember to keep smoking up. And then in a half hour from now,
We're all gonna eat.
we're all gonna eat. So you got a half hour, basically, to really make this look like a really 80s rock concert,
Right.
and to get it going. And then there's gonna be hip hop after that. So
Well, a hip hop concert is also pretty smoky, man.
Normally,
Yeah.
we'll do it.
Oh,
justice.
right.
We'll
I'd
do it
say,
justice.
well, and he's
One
saying
last-
80s. He's saying 80s like rock shows, but hip hop concerts also get smoky.
they get real smoky with actual marijuana,
Right.
unlike the. Yeah. Also,
will.
Saturday.
There's
You got
there's
the news of
also
that.
just an announcement I wanted to make as well about the Windsor Marijuana March that's happening tomorrow in Windsor, Ontario.
Windsor,
so
Ontario.
Pod TVers out there, if you're in Ontario, I don't think anybody here will make it in time.
Get
but
out to Windsor.
That's right, Windsor, Ontario. I think it's 2 p.m. it starts. Check cannabisculture.com for the details of that one. But yeah, they could use some help out there too. Ontario's had a couple rallies in the last couple days. They had a Mississauga one, a Free Mark rally out there that was pretty awesome too.
I'm telling you, there's so much stuff that happens in the East Coast that people don't know about. It's good
yeah.
that you guys, Chris Goodwin, keeping people informed
That's
out there.
right. Big thanks to Vapor Central and Chris Goodwin. Chris has been helping us produce the show today and stuff, so big thanks to all those guys. We really missed Matt should have gave some of his Vapor Central crew the big props like we were given to Vancouver, but there's a lot of people out on the Toronto side that really make amazing things happen, so we don't want to leave out. That's right, yeah, Marco and all
But big thanks to Chris. He's been an amazing person and an inspiration. I first met him back right before I totally broke into like starting a shop and stuff. I got to meet him in Toronto. Just an amazing person, doing amazing things. I have a lot of respect for all the work that Chris has done.
Maddie Central.
Love Maddie Central, Chris and Aaron, everybody out
there.
Yeah,
everybody down there.
Vapor
Just
Central
great
is a
people.
cool place, and there's a lot going on, and it's not
RJ,
just BC.
Bud Cannabis.
Yeah, Vape on the Lake. Jeez,
Yeah, exactly. There's so many there now that it's off the hook. But
so thank you, Toronto, East Coast. We love you guys.
Sean Brady, all the rest
That's
of you
right.
guys. Yeah, big props out to you guys. You do great work.
I'm itching to get one of these packages of the weed. I want to
Well, why don't we do that? Why don't we send
we're
Mick?
gonna set this down and go
one
get
of
your
the-
judges' passes. We're gonna get stoned. Don't forget your cheese at Redbeard.
Oh, is that? This is. Oh, thank you, Redbeard.
Guys, have fun. We're gonna eat soon.
Wow.
All right, we're
I
gonna
won't forget that.
send somebody to go
Thanks,
get the
guys.
package.
Peace.